Good morning, good morning. Hello. Is it still morning? For some of you, it's afternoon. So, hello, hello. Good day, good Friday. Friday. Let's see if that helps with the glare on my glasses and my wonderful sparkly. You know, sometimes you just gotta bling it up a little bit. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Misty. Hi, friends. Fantastic Friday. How is everybody? I'm just now having my coffee. I have just been inspired today in so many ways. Started out my morning pretty strong this morning, and I just wanted to come here and share some of that inspiration and joy with all of you. So welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Let me know where you're watching from so I can say hello. If this is your first time here, go ahead and put some purple hearts in the chat so I can welcome you. My name is Claudia. I'm located in Nashville, Tennessee. I am a wreath designer. I have a small business. I also have a crafty crew that basically I have on Discord. I'm here usually on Fridays. It's been a while. I know summer's been kind of crazy, but normally I am hanging out with people and interviewing them. They're small business owners, so I interview other people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, to hopefully give inspiration to others, to let them know that you're not the only one out here trying to do the good, doing the business. Hello, Houston. Hello, California. I know we have people in here from North Carolina. Where else is everybody from? I was actually in Houston a week ago. Yeah, I came home a week ago Saturday. Let me tell you what I thought of Houston. I grew up in South Florida. Palm trees, ocean breeze, all the things. I stayed in a suburb of Houston, Seabrook. That's where we ended up staying when we were in Houston. I called it South Florida 2.0. It felt no different to me than being where I grew up. So it felt very familiar. So I was grateful for that. Santa Rosa, Texas, Purple Hearts. So I learned that there are very proud Texans. I mean, when I tell you, I took a cruise out of Galveston. When I tell you, whenever the ship said, you know, let me figure out where our Texans are, and they started the song "In the Heart of Texas," and then everybody was clapping, and I was like, wow, yeah, there's a lot of Texas in the house. So that was very interesting. But I am back from vacation, had a wonderful time. Courtney from Southern Owls was there, Lindsay of Tarnation Creations, Nicole of Looking Glass Boutique, Michelle and Greg of Creek Road Designs. I got to spend some time with them and hang out and basically have vacation together. I mean, we weren't all together all the time, but definitely got to see familiar faces while on the ship. So that was super fun, super fantastic. So I wanted to talk to my business owner friends. How's it going? How is business going for you? Remember, the J months are the slow months. How is that gut check? How are we doing? Are we taking this time to ramp things up in our businesses? Are we learning? Are we doing things? Yvonne, I hear you. Slow is the way to go right now. It is a slow season. Remember, people are going on vacations right now. They're not thinking about home decor. They're not thinking about decorating their homes. But just wait. Just wait. Fourth quarter is right around the corner. So I wanted to give you some encouragement, okay? I wanted to come on here and give us all basically a boost. Absolutely, it's slow. But then again, you can do things in this slow time. So think about it. What can you do right now during this slow period to basically prepare for the next season? We all know it's Christmas in July, right? Christmas in July is a thing. Have you been promoting that for your business? Have you been promoting Christmas in July? Talk to me. What are you doing right now? Stock your shop, create video content. That's Misty of Little Luxuries. She is very much a mentor and a professional. Listen to Misty. She's been doing this for a while. She knows her business. You don't know her, go check out her shop. You can see her success, okay? YouTube tutorials. Look at this. Yes, YouTube tutorials. There is so much that you can be doing right now. You did a Christmas in July sale. You know, all of these things are important. Be working and promoting and thinking about what's coming up, okay? Right now is a good time for content. Be building your content. Be working on what you're going to be promoting, what you're going to be sharing. And as my friend Misty reminded me, this is a good time to think about also, you need to be not selling on your platforms. You need to be more providing a service on your platforms. You want to talk about what that means? You need to have people get to know you, the authentic you, who you are, so that then they can get comfortable with shopping with you. Are you doing that for your business? Are you concentrating on this for your business? YouTube is something you have yet done. What's stopping you? It's important. We all know that this is important. We're all waiting for, well, when I get this perfect, when this is perfect, when this is perfect. Can I tell you something? It ain't gonna be perfect. You just got to do it. If you wait for perfection, guys, we're never going to get anything done. Okay? If you wait to be absolutely perfect, we are not going to get anything accomplished. We are not going to get anything accomplished. Let's talk about fear. Let's see. Okay, so the fear of it, right? Scary stuff. Do you know that it actually isn't scary? It's the thoughts that are in our head that are scary. How do we change the thoughts in our head? How do we change the thoughts in our head? Oh, girlfriend, it's a filter. The funny stuff is the filter. My glasses have been my glasses. So how do we change our mindset? How do we change our mindset in the way that we think about things? If we keep telling ourselves that something is scary, we are never going to think about that any different. We are giving power to that thought. We are giving power to that thought. We are our own worst enemies, friends. Let me tell you, we do it to ourselves. Misty just said, choose wisely who you listen to and surround yourself with. That is so true. Find a support system like Kim did and go for it. Let me tell you something. When you are alone with your thoughts and you're grabbing onto, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I don't know what I'm doing, I get frustrated, you know, all these things that are negative, you're going to stay there, okay? Once you voice those out, right? Once you put them out in the air and somebody looks at you and says, if you tell yourself you can't, you're right, you can't. But the same is true the opposite way. I'm going to figure this out. I can do this. It's not going to be perfect. Give yourself grace. It's not going to be perfect, but get out there and do it, okay? Get out there and do it. You have to get out of your own heads, Kathy. That is absolutely right. You will start doing YouTube. Yvonne, let me tell you something. You will be surprised. You will be so surprised, and not going to say that you're not going to kick yourself and be like, what the heck was I so scared of? Seriously, what the heck was I so scared of? Because the truth of the matter is there is no one and nothing that will stop you from doing the thing than you. No one and nothing will stop you from doing whatever that big thing is other than you. So I encourage you, Yvonne, just get yourself one person you trust. that is going to motivate you and push you and get you to that other place. Okay, just get there. Just do it. Okay, so these are the things we're talking about. We're talking about what you're doing right now in this slow time. Are you hyper focused on the fact that it's slow? Are you getting frustrated? Are you losing your why? That's a good one. Your why. Let me tell you something. When you have people in your life that are reminding you why you're doing this, why did you start this, why did you go down this path? When you have people that are reminding you of your why, remember that why is going to push you through those hard times. Creek Road, that's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Have a plan and execute so you can be prepared for the busy season. See, Michelle knows, because this isn't Michelle's first rodeo. She's been through this season. Okay, so it's people like this that you need to be listening to. You need to listen to those people. You need to surround yourself with these people. They will get you through that and help your mindset. If you are sitting in this negative space all by yourself, then you are right. All the things that you tell yourself you can't do, you are 100% correct. You cannot do them. So change it up. Change it up. If you keep telling yourself you can't, you're absolutely right. You cannot. Yep, that's exactly it. You need people in your corner. Bye, Yvonne. Remember, Yvonne, we're looking for your YouTube. So go ahead and set it up. Guys, if you don't have your YouTube set up, you don't even have to put anything on it right now, but go ahead and get it set up, okay? If you have a business and that's where you want your content, your business, set it up, okay? Just have it there, ready to go for when you do take that plunge and you put yourself out there, okay? It's not as hard as you think it is, okay? So the way that I get motivated, the way that I start my morning is I'm going to be listening, watching, paying attention to those who are successful in what I want to do. Now, you heard me right. Those that are successful in what I want to do. And let me tell you why. If I'm watching somebody doing all the things, getting out there, I'm watching their business grow, I'm watching what they're doing, I'm listening to what they're saying, I'm learning, right? I'm absorbing all of this. Next thing you know, you're going to be like, I can do this. Your mindset is going to change because of what you are exposing yourself to. But that's okay. Angel says, I have YouTube, but only put shorts on from my other videos. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how you start. It just matters that you start. Think about it. Where did we all start making wreaths? Where did we all start making wreaths? Most of us started on our dining room table. Could you imagine if we never started because we didn't have a craft room or we didn't have a space to start making what we want to make? A lot of us wouldn't be where we are today if we didn't just do it. Exactly, in the kitchen. I don't know why it all starts in the kitchen, friend, but it does. It usually starts right in the kitchen. So start with where you are. Okay, start with where you are, no matter what it is. It doesn't even have to be wreath making, okay? But whatever it is that fuels you, that gives you joy, that you want to be involved in, that you want to do, the only person stopping you is you. The only person stopping you is you. Kitchen island and dining room, check it out. See, I promise you. Sometimes it's still the kitchen, says Greg. Hey, we do what we got to do, right? We do what we got to do. I have a craft room, but always find myself on the kitchen table. See? It's wherever we're going to be most creative. Okay, so I know I have several creatives in the room, right? I know I have several of you that are part of the crew that I have over on Discord. I know that we have bonded. I mean, we started this in February, and a lot of us have met in person, which has been the biggest blessing to my heart, has been meeting some of these wonderful people in person and being able to hug their necks. But I promise you, if you continue to push through and push forward and get surrounded by other like-minded people that aren't in competition with you, that aren't jealous of you, that enjoy sharing information, like, I'll teach you this and I'll learn this from you. If you can find those people, the only way that you're going to go is up. Because think about it. This is hard, guys. This is hard. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it and tell you it isn't. Guys, it is a freaking roller coaster. Absolute freaking roller coaster. You have highs and you have lows. You have wins and you have losses. As long as you are learning, every step of the way, you are doing so good. You are doing so good. Hear my words. Hear my words. You are doing good. Daily roller coaster. Daily roller coaster. Absolutely. And it can be very lonely. It can be very lonely. And here's why. The people that I have in my everyday do not understand why I have to have so much ribbon. They don't get it. They don't understand why I have to have so much ribbon. But I can tell you who does understand. You do. You understand why I have to have so much ribbon. There is a hair on my face that is bugging me. Excuse me, I apologize. Back at it. Right? So, I mean, when people walk into my craft room that aren't of the like-mindedness that is wreath making, I get, why do you need so much? And you're gonna buy more? Yeah, I'm more concerned with buying another shoe rack to put my ribbon than I am about not getting any more ribbon. Don't tell me I can't buy more ribbon. I mean, everybody knows. Sam's, Costco, I mean, everybody's giving each other information about when that ribbon's going to be released. I mean, it makes me happy. It brings me joy, right? Ribbon to me is like having a pair of, when I used to wear high heels, a pair of high heels. Right. Right. I get that. I understand that. I haven't worn heels in a long time, but when I did, let me tell you something, a nice pair, I mean, you were walking with confidence, right? That just gave you a strut. Same thing with ribbon, right? I mean, when you get that, oh, and by the way, I have slipped down the proverbial luxury side of ribbon, Ferris silk. Anybody? It's kind of amazing. And I need to be very, very, very careful because my clientele isn't there yet. Doesn't mean it won't be. It's just not there yet. Then you add into the pickle that my favorite provider, source of my addiction, creekroad.net, they are going to be carrying Ferris silk. Hi, hi, hi. So there's that. And I didn't let the cat out of the bag because they have shared. They shared it on the Wreath Off. Who was there for the Wreath Off? It was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago this Saturday. Who was there for the Wreath Off? Did you guys hear all the things that are coming to creekroad.net? Can I get a woot woot and a woot woot? Yeah, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Exactly. Stuff like that is exciting. Stuff like that is super, super, super exciting. Is there a YouTube on it or on Facebook? No, ma'am. It was only on TikTok, and it was fantastic. We held, I think, about 300 people in that live the entire time. So it was fantastic. I don't know if Greg pulled it off of TikTok because you can't pull it down. The only problem is it had music. It had music, and that is why it probably won't be a replay. So if you missed it, so sorry that you missed it. It was a fantastic time. Those that were there, thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting that. It was magical, fantastic, and all the things. And then we got on a cruise ship the next day. That following day, Sunday, we got on a cruise ship. I shared it on my Facebook, not sure if it's still there. Did you screenshot any of it? Or did you screen record it? Gigi, I might have to check that out. Is it the same name as you have here, Gigi's Crafty Hands? Is that your name on the FB? We'll have to check that out. If she screen recorded it. It was a lot of fun. The ladies did a fantastic job with their designs. They sold the wreaths that they were making, and the proceeds for that were donated to Dream Align, which is or Dreams. I think it's Dreams Align, but it's Misty's nonprofit. So that in itself, I mean, we all got emotional about that, but I totally celebrate the fact that that was such a blessing in so many respects. Oh, Misty, thank you. It was a lot of fun and loved Dream Align Ministries. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yes, the proceeds of that were donated to Misty's nonprofit. Now, if you are a fan of Real Talk, which is what this is, I do share my Real Talk when I have somebody join me over on the tube, as far as like if you want to go see Misty's Real Talk so that you can learn about her nonprofit to see where that money went. Please go watch it on the tube. It was a fantastic interview. You can see Misty's heart for the ministry, and how that was the first thing she wanted to talk about. It wasn't about Misty. It wasn't about her business. It was about this nonprofit that she gives her heart and soul to. So it was fantastic. Fantastic. But this is the community, guys. This is the community that we belong to. This is the community that we're creating. This is the community that we're pouring into. And I want you to see everybody's heart in it. We really want you to know that you do have cheerleaders out here. If you are struggling, if you are just at your wit's end, there are so many people that are cheering you on. We know where you are. We know how you feel. Reach out to anybody that you feel drawn to. Please reach out to anybody that you feel drawn to. We want to see you succeed. We want to see you succeed. And I know that a lot of the girls that are excuse me, sorry, Justin. A lot of the people that are on Discord, because we have bonded over on that platform, because we get to see each other's faces and talk to each other so much, they will tell you that that has made a difference for them. That has made a difference for them. They don't feel so alone in this crafty world. A lot of people also get the opportunity to get on camera, because we talk to each other like this, and get comfortable being on camera, which then can translate to going live on the platforms, whether it be here on TikTok, on the FB, or on YouTube. You have a place where you can get that help and that support. I mean, we laugh a lot. Right, we call it the pocket of friends, because literally you need something, you just send out an SOS, right? You send out an SOS. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. This is not why I'm here. I am not here to promote that group or to share that group. I just want you to feel supported. I want you to have the help that you need. I want you to have the friendships, the encouragement, the, hey, I don't know how to do this. Is there somebody that can help me? Right? Right? Is there somebody that can help me? Is there somebody that can show me? And the answer is yes. Absolutely. I would be so happy to show you, to help you, to get you to that next step. Guys, there are so many things that we don't know. So many things that we don't know, right? Right. So therefore, the things that you don't know, let us help you. Let us help you. Let us help you get to that next step. Keep in mind, buyers are vacationing and getting ready to back to school. Yes. So with that being said, Miss Jen, what kind of items should we be looking at making for those people that are going back to school, getting ready for the seasons to change? Remember, craft shows are going to start ramping up. Craft shows are going to start ramping up. People are going to want to get out in the cooler weather, hanging out at craft shows, doing a little shopping. Shopping therapy is real. Shopping therapy is real. So what kind of items should you be making? I'm so ready for craft shows. I'm telling you. Classroom decor, fall, and Christmas. Back to school things. Fall, Halloween, Christmas, bows, garlands, centerpieces. Why can't you be that one-stop shop for that person that is getting teachers back to school gifts? Right? Think about it. What about those moms that are now empty nesting? Include me in that list. What about those moms? What can you offer them? Maybe they want to learn something new. Maybe you start thinking about, maybe I can do some classes. Maybe I can teach people what I've learned. Get yourselves out there, friends. Get yourselves out there. This is the way that you should be thinking. This is the way that you should be thinking. So for those that aren't my crafty folks, welcome. I'm Claudia with Claudia's Door Decor. I am a small business owner. I am a mentor, mentee. I'm a learner and a teacher. So I just want to encourage people that whatever that desire is in you to do and be healthy, because crafting is therapeutic, friends. Crafting is therapeutic. And you need to be in that mindset. If you're crafting and you're making things and it's making you happy, all of a sudden your home is not a home. It looks like a craft store. Get yourself out there. Think about making it a business. Think about putting yourself in that path of doing something a little bit different. You know, and it's okay. And it's okay. Here comes my husband, I think. Or he's just making a lot of noise. But anyway, do the things that you're scared to do, guys. You will never look back or regret it, even if it fails. Can we talk about that? If that's what's keeping you from trying something, guys, I think about a toddler when they first start walking. If they started walking and they fell down and they said, this is too hard, I'm never getting up again, there'd be a lot of people crawling around. There'd be a lot of people just crawling around. Nope, this is too hard. I'm going to stay on the ground. You know I'm right. So I'm inviting you to know that when you birth something, because a business is like giving birth, right? You're creating this thing. Not getting graphic with you all, so get your minds out of there. But you're giving birth to something and being creative and putting yourself out there and being so super vulnerable, right? You need to give that business. You need to give that business time to grow up. Time to grow up. Because let's talk about the seasons. Let's talk about the seasons. So you give birth, and there's a lot of crying, and a lot of whining, and a lot of not so great diapers, and all the things, right? But that doesn't last forever, does it? That doesn't last forever. That's not the only season. Okay? So we're moving into, okay, so now you're walking and you're talking. You're walking and you're talking. Okay? You might fall down here and there. You might not do this or that, but you're learning, right? You're absorbing everything. You're taking it all in. You're trying to get information. Where are you getting your information from? Are you listening to the people that are positive and uplifting and supportive? Are you listening to those people? Or are you listening to the people that are complaining? Are you listening to the people that are just pointing out what everybody else is doing and how they're making themselves feel and all of that stuff? What are you feeding yourself? Guys, let me tell you, if you're feeding yourself junk food, that's what's going to happen. You're just going to have junk. But if you eat from healthy, feeding that buffet of just healthy knowledge, good wisdom, as my friend Misty says, taking in those pearls, let me tell you what it's going to be. You're going to be healthy. You're going to be strong. Your doubt is going to change. You are not going to let those doubtful thoughts come in. And all those people and all those things that you're worried about, all the scary things that you see happen and how people affect you, on here, the screen, you're giving that power. You're giving whatever that thing is that gets to you, you're giving that power. Don't do that. Don't give the negativity power. You will grow whatever you feed. That's a good one. That just came to me. But you will grow whatever you feed. If you're feeding negativity, that thing is just going to grow. However, if you're feeding positivity, that too is going to grow. I should post today's episode on the tube so you can listen to it over and over. Leslie, you know what? I think I will. This will be like one of the times that I actually take this from here and post it over there, because I normally don't post my conversations by myself over there. But I'm telling you, my spirit was so filled today. My spirit was so filled today with positivity. And there were things that were said that I listened to that was like, yes, 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 taking it all in. Taking it all in. And here's the thing. You can only control you. You have no control over anybody else. Okay? If somebody says something negative towards you, that is more of a condition of them than it is of you. So not taking it personal, although can be difficult, can be done. So don't take somebody's personal hurt, frustration, whatever it is that they're going through, and let that be dumped on you. I can't even control myself. I hear you. I hear you. I get that. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We can only control right here, ourselves, right? And if we are out here to be liked, I am going to tell you something that you're not going to like to hear. But if you're out here to be liked, and somebody doesn't like you, that can be really hurtful. That can really hurt you. But the truth is, friends, is we are not made for everyone to like. And when it's, the saying goes, your vibe will attract your tribe. You've heard it. We've all heard it. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Okay? So, with that being said, stop it. Stop coming on here or thinking to yourself anything that doesn't give you positive feelings. So You're out here to be liked? Well, guess what? People are fickle. They'll like you today, hate you tomorrow. That's just a fact. People are fickle, okay? They'll like you today and can't stand you tomorrow, okay? Here's another truth, okay? If somebody is getting under your skin, they are just annoying you. You cannot stand them. You don't know why. Everything about them just gives you the ick. Can I please ask you to have some self-awareness? Can I please ask you to figure out for yourself why that is? Because that's a you condition. Nobody should affect you like that. Nobody should have so much effect on you that it actually repulses you from another human being. We are out here doing the best that we can, friends. We are out here doing the absolute best that we can. We are all human beings. Can we please just respect the fact that we were all out here doing the best that we can? And self-check, why does that person affect me like that? What is it about them that makes me feel this way? There's a lot more revealed in you when you can unpack that and figure it out. Okay? But we have got to stop cutting each other down. We have got to stop being the naysayers. We have got to stop, and listen to me very closely. We have got to stop talking about others. Hear your big sister Claudia. That is not okay. If that person isn't currently in this room, in this space, having the conversation along with you, that person's name should not cross your lips. They should not cross your lips. You should not be talking about anybody else in a negative manner. And if you're partaking in conversations about somebody else, when you leave the room, don't think that your name isn't going to come out of somebody's mouth. Okay? Because you're not immune to it. So can we be better humans, please? Please, can we be better humans? Can we keep each other accountable to that? Can we say, hey, it's not okay. This is not comfortable for me. I don't want to think that when I leave this room or I leave this space, that because we partook in this conversation, I'm going to leave here and you're going to talk about me. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I haven't done it or I don't do it or I'm not as guilty. Guys, we're all guilty of it. Every single one of us. But the only way to change it, to make it better, to be better, is to be in community about it. We are all keeping each other accountable. We are all keeping each other accountable to being better. Jesse, it's easy to talk negative about folks when you don't walk in their shoes. We don't know what we don't know, and I don't claim to know anybody better than I know myself. So therefore, I don't have the authority to speak about anybody else, ever. Okay? Ever. I don't have the authority to speak about anybody else. I am held to a higher authority. Okay? And I also perform for an audience of one. And when you do that, nothing anybody says or does can affect you. Nothing anybody says or does can affect you because they don't have the authority. They only have power if you give it to them. Agreed. Agreed. This is a major issue. Absolutely. But also look in the mirror, okay? Also look in the mirror. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Okay, and if you have some repentance to do and some apologizing to you, friends, I implore for you to do that. It is freedom. It is freedom, okay, to let all of that stuff go and not be a part of it. Do not fuel it. Our job is to lift others up, not tear them down, especially as women, especially as humans, friend. especially as humans. Guys, nobody can speak more negatively to you than you. And think about how often we do that. Think about that whole comparison disease. You know, we can let that get under our skin. We can let that consume us. Being humble is part of it, but a lot of people also don't understand the what it is to be authentic. What it is to be authentic, right? So authenticity, what does that mean? What does authenticity mean? For me, being authentic means being true to who I was created to be. I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot. But I was made this way, and it's okay for me to be a lot. I like going above and beyond. I like celebrating people. I like celebrating life. I believe life is a gift. Like every day I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to live this life today. And if you're not waking up every day like that, please do whatever you can to get that motivation. Get that. For me, it's Jesus. For me, it is Jesus. My hope, my love, my faith in Jesus is what gives me that joy every single day. I get to be here. They're not finished with me yet. They meaning God. God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit isn't finished with me yet. But what am I doing with my life? Am I loving people the way that I'm supposed to? Am I doing the things that I'm supposed to do to help you see Jesus in me? And if I'm not, then I'm not doing it right. Then I'm not doing it right. There are people that come to mind the minute that I said that I know I see Jesus in them. And that is what I find my faith and my hope in. Now, I know that there are several people that have been hurt by church, by Christians. I know that. And there is no hurt like church hurt. There is no hurt like Christians hurting you. I get that. And friend, I am here to tell you that those are human beings that are flawed and they're sinners like we all are, and they are not God and they are not Jesus. So remember, your faith is yours. Your relationship with God is yours. People have nothing to do with that. People have nothing to do with that. But this is not what I'm here for. I'm here to see you as a human being, understanding that you are in a place where you need encouragement. Okay? So if you want encouragement, if you want support, if you want the things that'll get you to where you need to be successful in this life, I implore that you be selective, very selective with who you invite into your life. Be intentional with who you allow to speak into your life. Be intentional, friends, because that'll make the difference. That'll make the difference. Anybody that makes you feel less than, you're allowing it. I know it's hard to hear. But the people that, if you feel less than around certain people, if you feel less than in an environment, remove yourself. Let me repeat. Remove yourself. Don't keep doing the thing. Don't keep putting yourself in those situations. Don't do it. Don't do it. You are so much better than that. You are created for a purpose, on purpose. You have big things to do in this life. And do not live for your obituary, guys. I mean, you don't want people to say she was a hard worker. He was a hard worker. He supported his family. She cooked great. Guys, what's your obituary going to say? How are you living your time between the time you were born to your last breath? How are you living that dash? How are you living that dash? Are you intentional with people? Are you sitting feeling sorry for yourself because nobody calls you, nobody invites you to stuff? Maybe you're the person that's the inviter. Maybe you're the person that puts things together. Maybe that's just your calling in your group. That's just what you do. That's okay. That's okay. Be yourself. Whatever feeds your joy. That joy. And I say joy because happy is fleeting, guys. Happy is fleeting. Your joy bucket. Your underlying joy bucket. Because you can hold frustration and joy. You can hold sadness and joy. Okay? You can hold those things together. But if your joy bucket, if your underlying foundation is not built on joy, what the heck are you doing? You all have a reason and a purpose. Every single one of you. Every single one of you have a reason and a purpose. True joy only comes from the Lord, Jesse says. And I know that to be true. And I know that to be true. I have not always been a Christian. I came to know the Lord in my early 20s. And let me tell you something. I know darkness. I know what it's like to live with no hope. I know what it's like to wake up every day wondering what the heck is this all for. Okay? It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. And if I could open my heart and just show you my past, the darkness, and my present, the light, I would. I would love for you to just see it. Because it's literally night and day. It's literally night and day. So I want you to know that if you're putting your hope in this world, you're not going to win. It's not a win, okay? But if you put your hope in something that is bigger than you and have faith and trust that that's going to take care of you and get you through all the things, Leslie, have a great day, my friend. Have a great day. Jen. Yeah, I was convicted today that I am not doing what I am meant to do. And it wasn't for fear of judgment. That wasn't why. That wasn't why. I think it was more of, here goes some more emotions. I had a Moses moment. Does anybody understand what I mean when I say I had a Moses moment? So a Moses moment is Moses didn't feel qualified. Didn't feel qualified. He had a stutter, friends. So he didn't have an eloquent way of speaking. And if you know Moses, and I don't care if you're not religious, and I don't care if you don't know much about anything, everybody has heard about Moses, you know, the parting of the Red Sea, all of that stuff, right? And I was like, I can't tell you how many times you have to remember, God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. And I see so many people hurting in this community. So many people hurting. Okay? Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. This is... It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. I know that we are all in this doing the best that we can. Okay? We are doing the best that we can. It's not all going to look the same. Okay? It's not all going to look the same. We are not cookie cutter people, guys. We're not living in rows and rows of houses that all look the same. Each of us have our own house, meaning our own house. Like our foundation, our attic, our living spaces, or basement. Sorry, gosh, I went the wrong foundation, basement, living spaces, attic, right? We all have this in our lives. If our foundation isn't strong, if our foundation isn't sturdy, anything, any storm that comes in our lives is just going to get blown off its foundation, right? But if our foundation is strong, if the roots of everything is strong, we can always rebuild the rest. We can always rebuild the rest. Right. We can always rebuild the rest. So don't let all the things that are crushing right now, okay? Your bank account is looking pretty dismal. You have more going out than you have coming in. Guys, it doesn't have to be that way. Your faith, your trust has to be somewhere. Why not put it in the one that created you? Why not put it in the one that created you? You exist because of this greater, bigger, omnipresent being. Why wouldn't you put your faith and trust there? And I'm not saying it's going to be a cakewalk. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the dark isn't going to be so dark, because you're always going to have the light to look towards, to look for, to look to. The Holy Spirit only uses you when you let him. Remember, God is a gracious God, but he gave us the freedom to choose. And if we're not choosing him, he's not going to interfere. He is not a pushy God. But if you welcome him in, things can change. Things can change. Things can be different. You know, there's a lot of messiness that can be, you know, in your heart that, you know, gets in there because we live in a broken world, right? However, if we are open to having him come in and clean it all up, show us the way, show us a better way, he's ready. He's ready. I didn't expect my daughter to be in the chat. I love you, kiddo. Abigail, that's my kid. I'm so super proud of her. So super proud of my kids. Whew. Nothing like seeing your kids come in when you're giving it all to God and they're seeing it. Because I would not be here at all if it wasn't for God's grace, forgiveness, love. I hope you feel my heart, guys. I really do hope you feel my heart. Really do, because there's nothing I want more for each one of you than to believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, have the joy of Jesus in your heart so that you're not alone, so fear doesn't consume you. So many people worry all the time. And a lot of things that God says over and over again is do not fear and do not worry. He also tells us to only focus on today, to not worry about the future. And guess what? You can't do anything about the past. You can't do anything about what you've done, the things you've done, the things you've said, the things you can't worry about that. That's in the past. What you can do today is, if it's still on your heart, to ask for forgiveness, to repent, to do better, to be better, then you have that opportunity to do that today. If you have a broken marriage, if you have a broken friendship, if you have broken relationships, if you have sin that you are constantly coming up against that is consuming you and you're ashamed, that's not of God. That is not of God. None of that is of God. God is a good God. A good God, and somebody needs to say it. If you don't have faith in something, right? It doesn't have to be, that emptiness we feel, that big hole that we feel, that we fill with things, that we fill with addictions, that we fill with, fill in the blank, all kinds of things. The filling of the emptiness is big. That emptiness that we feel, that's because that's a God-sized hole that nothing but God can fill. Nothing but God can fill that. So us spinning our wheels, trying to fit in, trying to figure out what the heck this life is for, you don't have to spin your wheels. You don't have to spin your wheels. Let me tell you about my Jesus. Let me tell you about my Jesus. People are going to fail you guys. People are going to fail you. Okay? People are going to hurt you. And guess what? If you and I are in relationship, if you and I have a relationship, if we have a friendship, if we have a relationship, more than likely I'm going to fail you. Because people fail each other, okay? But Jesus doesn't. Jesus doesn't. Nope. So that is where my hope lies. That is where my hope lies. And if anybody ever asks me who's my best friend, Jesus. Unapologetically, all day long, Jesus is my best friend. He doesn't mind that I get mad. He doesn't mind that I mess up. He's not going to abandon me. He's not going to walk away from me. He's not going to ghost me. He's going to work it out with me. We're going to have a few struggles here and there because I'm sure he shakes his head at me a lot. But he's not going to leave me. Yep, even if I don't see it, you are working. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, worship music will always, always turn a moment around. Guys, don't let a bad moment, make it a bad day. Don't let a bad moment make it a bad day. Okay? We are so bad about that. We are so bad about letting a bad moment be a bad day. Let the moment happen. Let the feelings happen. Let's work it around. Let's get some, let's work it around. But we're not going to say a bad moment's going to make a bad day. And nobody's saying that having Jesus in your life is going to be like, woo, everything's going to be perfect. Oh, no. It's not. However, having Jesus softens it. It just softens it because you're not alone. Jesus is with you, so you're not alone, ever. And you don't have to believe the way that I believe. Momento, I got a puzzle. I'm verified now. Hebrews 13:5, Anthony says, you know what, Anthony? I love you. I love you, kid. I love that Anthony is Jen's teenage son getting ready to go to college, and that boy can tell me scripture. What's up with that? Love like Jesus, and by this they will know. Yup. So this is what's been on my heart today. This is today's real talk. I just wanted to encourage people because, guys, you watch the news and you just shake your head, right? It's hurting. There's so much hurt and so much pain in this world. And I'm one person. And if I think that because I'm only one person, I can't affect change, that's the enemy lying to me. I am one person, and if one person can hear my voice, and that one person can seek to know who Jesus is in their life, then that one person is worth it. Okay? So don't think that what you're doing and who you are and who you're being, and not everybody's going to agree with you, guys, come on. Jesus was persecuted and betrayed by his best friends. So, I mean, come on. We're no better than Jesus. Therefore, do not think that the same thing can't happen to you. But what I'm saying to you, friend, is it can be better. It can be different. Okay? It can be better. It can be different. Okay? My friends that are going through stuff right now, you know who you are, okay? You are seen. You are loved. And when you can't hold those hands up, okay, when you can't have your hands up, giving it all to God, I am right next to you, helping you hold your hands up, my friends. Okay? Keep bringing it all to God. Okay? Do not let the things of this world tell you anything different. Okay? You will get through this. Okay? By the grace of God, you will get through this and you will have a testimony. And people will come to know Jesus through that testimony. Nobody can argue your story. Nobody can argue your testimony, what God has done in your life. Nobody can argue that with you. How can somebody say, that God isn't real if he's real to you when you're sharing your story and how real God is in your life? Okay, God is real. You have to let him do his work. You cannot give it to him and then take it back. And give it to him again and then take it back. That is not how that works. Trust that God is working. Trust that even when you don't know what the heck this is for, or why you're going through this season, even if you don't understand, trust that God is going to use you. Okay? He's going to use your story. He is going to come through for you. Believe that he is the God he says he is. Believe in the promises that he has, okay? Believe that he does not forsake you. He is not going to leave you in that desert. You may be in the wilderness right now, but he is not going to leave you there. Okay? He is not going to leave you there. You will see the story as it progresses. You will look back and be like, that is why this happened. This may be happening in your life, not for you, but for somebody else, so that you can then witness to them, so that you can show them the God that you know that got you through this hard time. Okay? That may be for somebody else, and you don't have to understand it. You just have to trust that God has got you. And he will hold your tears, friend, and he knows your heart, and he knows you're hurting, okay? And he is crying with you. Trust me, you are not alone in this, okay? But believe that he is a good God, okay? He is a good, good God. Whew. Just gonna sit with that for a second. But this was for somebody, and I know it was. Okay, I know somebody needed to hear this today. Okay, I don't know why. I just allowed myself to be used for this, because God uses us for others. Okay, God uses us for others. He wants people to hear him, to know him, and he uses those that believe with their whole hearts that he is their Lord and Savior. He uses us. We just have to be willing. We just have to be willing. And friends, like I said, you are not alone. You are not alone. So whatever it is that is on your heart that you know that you need, put it at the feet of the cross, friends. Lay your burdens down. Lay your burdens down. Do not hold on to the things that you cannot control. If anybody told you lately that you don't have control over anything, that's why when my friends say, I'm scared to do blank, I have fear of doing blank, that fear is holding you back. It's holding you back because God doesn't put fear in us. He tells us all the time, do not fear. Tells us all the time, do not fear. What is the acronym? False evidence appearing real? Yeah, fear is not God. Nope. And we're not supposed to worry. We're not supposed to worry. How many people find it really hard not to worry? Right? We're not supposed to worry. When's the last time that you didn't worry about something? The birds, like, think about the birds. The birds don't worry about what they're going to eat. The flowers don't worry about where they're going to grow. I doubt that the trees worry much. I don't think the trees worry at all, actually. But they're all living, breathing things, right? Why are we the only ones that worry? What adds to our life with worry? Like what is that giving us? What does worry give us? Does it add any time to our life? No, worry causes us to stress, which is actually bad for us. Did you ever think of that? Why is stress so bad for us? Well, stress causes our body to go into permanent flight or fight mode, right? That is hormones that go into our body that aren't supposed to be there 24/7. Flight or flight mode was supposed to be like, hey, I need to get out of this situation because I need to survive it, right? But that's the thing. We're not supposed to worry. We're not supposed to fear, but yet it is like the easiest thing for us to do. Nothing takes that away from us, right? So it's that mindset thing. I'm going to go right back to the beginning. What are you allowing to, what are you filling your cup with? Like, what are the things that you're allowing to pour into you? Like I said this morning, my cup was overflowing with joy, with thanksgiving, with thankfulness. I mean, when I tell you I want to share and shout from the mountaintops that it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to think this way. You don't have to live trapped in your head with negativity like that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That doesn't have to be part of your story. What are you allowing to fill your cup? If you're task-oriented, what are you doing that's making it better? Or are you continuing to do things that are actually making it worse? Scrolling through the chat really quick. Hey, Laurel. The flowers should worry if they come into my possession. Girl, there is no shame in the artificial flower game. Just saying. With me, it's always, I either overwater or underwater. Like, I either love you a lot or I neglect you. Poor plants. But yeah, there's a lot to be said. The things I worry about always seem to work out, says Michelle. Yeah. They do. They actually do. There is, okay, so the things that we can control. I can control me, right? To some extent. I can control how I react to things, right? Based on mindset, I can control how I react to things, okay? I can control who I allow to speak into my life. Like, I can have control over that. Who can speak into my life? I can control that. if I have a situation that isn't making me feel like I'm living my best life, like this is not helping me live my best life, then I need to really sit down with that and look at that and see what I can do differently, what I can do better, what I can get rid of so that I can be living my best life, right? So I'm going to continue to surround myself with people that are like-minded, because I believe in iron sharpening iron. I believe that that's very important. I am going to continue to travel, because that brings me more joy than you'll ever know. Meeting new people makes me so happy. And I think it's funny because when you are that kind of person, you attract new people to you. Like, you attract people to come hang out with you. Kevin would say, yeah, I leave Claudia in the pool. This is when we were on our cruise. I leave Claudia in the pool because Kevin isn't about hanging out in the pool. I am. And I come back and all these guys are around Claudia. I'm like, no, the wives are doing their thing. The guys are in the pool. I just happen to like hanging out in the pool and I have conversation. But people are drawn to that energy. If you are a welcoming person and you like to ask questions, which everybody knows I do, people are drawn to that and they like having conversation, right? So choose wisely. And then you meet Chet in the pool. Okay, guys, here's story time with Claudia. There was a gentleman that came into the pool and had a very interesting tattoo. Okay? And when we asked him what he did for a living, he said he was a penguin picker-upper. Yeah, when penguins when they fall over, they can't get back up. So that's what he does for a living. He goes and he helps the penguins stand back up. And he was serious, like I just told you, I'm a penguin picker-upper. That's what I do for my job, right? Who wouldn't want to believe that? Who wouldn't want to believe that that's what that person did for a living? Right? No, he was full of boo-boo. That wasn't true. He is not a penguin picker-upper. But I went with it. Like, I went with his story. I told, like, anybody that came, I'm like, do you know what he does for a living? And he giggled and he's like, no, that's not, I was being naive, right? Until I asked him what zoo he worked at. Yeah. Until Michelle goes, so what zoo do you work at? He's like, I'm kidding. And I'm like, I knew he was kidding because that's bizarre, right? But the funniest thing about him is, you guys remember Matthew West, Hello, My Name Is? Do you guys remember the name tag with the hello on it? Matthew West did a song, Hello, My Name Is. Anyway, he had a name tag right here on his chest, a tattoo that said, hello, and then Chet. He said that he had done that when he was younger. And he goes, the messed up part is that he had it touched up. He had it redone so it showed up really nice again. So, yeah. He had a hello, Chet. Now, weird science. Guys, remember the big brother's name was Chet and he was a bully? And I was like, so when I think of the name Chet, I think of the bully, the character that was a bully in Weird Science. Big brother Chet. I promise you, I can't make this stuff up. It was ridiculous. But like I said, I can talk to pretty much anybody. Are you kidding me? That show is currently on Netflix. That's funny. Hello, husband.
Hi.
Hi.
So you want some real talk?
Yeah.
So, you know, for those of you that don't know...
Can you come be on camera if you're going to talk? Because people want to see your face, not just your voice.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm one of those guys that I really like ergonomic mice, ergonomic keyboards, stuff like that. So I've got this keyboard that I have literally been using for like 11, 12, 13 years. It started to become problematic yesterday, which forced me to go to a normal person's keyboard, and I am far from normal, and frankly my wrists have been hurting me just working on this thing. So I finally watched a couple of YouTube videos and I opened my keyboard up And I'm not going to show you guys because I don't want to dump all of the dust on it. But look at all of that. Just, ugh. Yeah, I'm going to go hit the air compressor with it.
So ergonomic keyboards, the ones that are kind of like wavy, that are supposed to be really good for how your hands sit, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've tried. I'm like, that just makes my typing, like I'm good until I try an ergonomic keyboard. Then I'm not so good. Not so bueno. Well, guys, I know that this has been a very different Real Talk, but it is how I started Real Talk way back when, before I started interviewing people. And I have so enjoyed having people join me for Real Talk and getting to know people and how they started their business and all of those things, because everybody has a story. Everybody has a story, and so do you, and your story matters. Okay, so if I can give you any nuggets to take away from today, or things to think about, is to definitely think about what you're pouring into your cup. Okay, because and you'll notice it about yourself too. When your cup is filled with joy, if your cup gets bumped with something that isn't so great, what's going to spill out? What is going to spill out? How are you going to receive that negativity? How are you going to receive that not so great thing? Are you going to sink and let that destroy you? Or are you going to rise from it? Right? So be intentional about how you're filling your cup, what you're doing to fill your cup, how you're going to stay positive. Okay? Several of my friends are getting ready to launch their kids out into the world. Lots of my friends have kids that are stepping into their next stage in life. These mamas' worlds are about to get rocked. Okay? These mamas' worlds are about to have, they're not even going to be able to really accept and receive all the things that are going to change. And it's not easy for these mamas. It really, truly isn't easy. You raise your kids, you see them every day, and then you don't. And that's hard for these mamas. That's hard. It's a different season. And let me tell you, when my oldest daughter left and I still had my youngest for an additional 4 years, it's like, you kind of adjust to it a little bit, right? You kind of wobble, right? So you're kind of wobbling. So it's a little bit different, okay? Then your second one leaves, and it's your last one. The house gets really quiet. And that wobble, if you're not careful, can knock you off your rocker. Okay? And I'm here to tell my friends, you mamas, you've done a fantastic job loving those babies, raising them into the adults that they're going to be. Trust that you've done a good job. Trust that you have given them good roots, a good foundation. Okay? Trust that you're going to let them out into this world and they are going to shine. Okay? They're going to be successful. You have done a fabulous job. Trust that. Okay? And when those days get hard and you need another mama that knows what you're going through, I volunteer as tribute. I will be there for you. I will listen to your heart. And I will understand. Okay? I will understand. Because it's not easy. But man, there's no bigger joy. There's no bigger joy seeing your kids succeed. Okay? There's no bigger joy seeing them go out into the world knowing that they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay, and you did a good job. You did what you were supposed to do. Okay? So I love you, my friends. I love you. I love you. I love you. For those that are on Discord, I will see you over in Discord to hug on all your faces. And just know you don't have to kick your kids out of your home. Remember that. Don't let society tell you different. With the rent prices that are out there and the things that are against our kids being able to make it on their own, just give them a cushion. Just let them stay a little longer. Let them save up money so that they can actually buy something, because once they buy, it will always be something that they will own. Do that, okay? Do that. I'm proud of mine, just wish they would visit more than they do. Friend, that's always the case, but you want them to be successful, and we understand that, okay? We did our jobs as mamas. We got them to go be independent, and that is what we needed to do. And that's why friendships are so important. That's why being a good friend is so important, guys. That's why being a good friend is so important. You are going to, as you age, okay, you are going to be surrounded by people that are in the same season as you. Be a good friend. Learn how to be a good friend. Learn how to support people even when you don't agree with them. Even if you don't like what they're doing. Not everybody has to fit into a box to be cared for. You don't have to be like me for me to love you. In order to have a good friend, you must be one. Yes. Congratulations.
This hasn't been cleaned yet.
Oh, what? Oh, ew, yuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those buttons are stuck.
Well, no, there's nothing pushing them back.
My husband can't handle when I have tears because he can't fix it. He can't handle when I have tears, so he has to distract me because he's not comfortable with tears. Because he doesn't know how to fix it. So, friends, just be a good friend, okay? Just be a good friend. If somebody's rubbing you the wrong way, if something's rubbing you the wrong way, give that person enough grace to talk to them about it. Ask them about it. A lot of things can be fixed with a conversation because we're not the same people. You're not me and I'm not you. So we're going to see things a little bit differently. And I may say something that you take a certain way that was never intended to be taken that way. So have a conversation. Be a good friend. Stop talking about people. Stop talking about people. Talk to people. I encourage you to talk to people rather than talk about people. I challenge you. There you go. I challenge you to talk to people rather than about people. It'll change your world, guys. And you'll see how often you actually, the first thought that comes to mind is to talk about people. So just keeping it accountable, keeping it real. But if we just do that, if we just are accountable to ourselves and say, hey, that person's not here, I'm not going to talk about them, it'll change. It'll change your perspective. And how nice will it be to know that you're not leaving the room and somebody's talking about you instead of to you? All right, friends, be blessed. Have a great Friday. And I'll see you around TikTok.